We are in front of the prosecutor's office. MAB already gathered here to support Călin Georgescu. He was coming to our headquarters to make the file for his candidacy at the president's office. So at this hour we were supposed to meet. He was in traffic and they took him out of his car and brought him here. We will keep you updated.
The huge news out of Romania this morning, the populist nationalist candidate for president, Călin Georgescu, has been arrested by Romanian authorities there on charges that seem incredibly spurious. Again, this was the presidential election that was overturned by the Romanian Supreme Court. This is what J.D. Vance warned us about. This is what he went to that Munich conference and the storied heads of Europe, and he said, you are the ones that are not upholding European traditional values. You are the ones that are actually standing up against democracy. And if you're going to run around the world saying that you are the one, or you are the moral arbiters of democracy, then you need to uphold those ideals at home. And instead, you're jailing people and you're overturning elections in Romania. Well, the leading candidate in Romania was just arrested, and certainly we saw that here in the United States last year in 2024. I want to go live now to Romania. We've got George Simion, the president for the Alliance for the Union of Romanians. George, I just saw you at CPAC. I had no idea this would be going on. Give us all the latest. I understand that you're in a chaotic situation there.
Yeah, we have an ongoing coup d'etat happening here in Bucharest. Thanks a lot for reporting about this. I'm going from police station to police station. They take people off the streets so that everybody knows who I am. I'm the leader of the most important conservative political party in Romania, second largest party after the results of the parliamentary elections. We supported Mr. Călin Georgescu, who was arrested today. He was coming to our headquarters, to AUR party. You visited us last year at the Make Europe Great Again event. So we were completing the file for him for a new candidacy for the president of Romania, and he was stopped in traffic, and police officers and prosecutors took Mr. Călin Georgescu to the general prosecutor's office, where he got, in the end, 1 hour ago, he got judicial control, and he is now not allowed to speak on social networks and not allowed to give interviews. It's quite a dictatorship here since the annulment of the presidential elections, the second round on 6th December. So he was coming towards us. Then we received a message from Mr. Călin that he is arrested and he's going to the prosecutor's office. Now we have news from Romanian CNN, which is the same as CNN in America, is run by globalists, that more and more people are arrested from the campaign team of Mr. Georgescu. This happened to me actually also in June. They arrested us 3 days before the European elections for the European Parliament. Because Romania is quite an important country. We have 33 members of the European Parliament. So they were scared of the result. Now they are scared of the result of the presidential race. You were to Romania, Jack, last year. You know, we are a civilized country. We are a country inside of EU, so we are not a banana republic, we don't have a military junta which is taking over power. We just have the globalists who don't want peaceful transition, like in 2020 in America. They cling to power and they use all the institutions in order not to lose control of the state institutions here in Bucharest.
Well, and for folks, and that's right. We were there last year, myself, Tanya Tay, traveling for the Make Europe Great Again conference. My first time to Romania. I found it to be a lovely country. We enjoyed Bucharest very much. But also Romania, of course, and for the listeners who don't know, that Romania is a key member of the NATO alliance, and actually the leverage with NATO is huge. This is where the 101st Airborne, so U.S. troops are on the ground in Romania. The 101st Airborne are currently there. You've got the Multinational Corps Southeast, NATO Force Integration Unit, the
We have
Dedasilu military base.
American
It's a
bases here.
huge base for NATO.
Bases.
NATO.
Yes, yes. 6 American bases here in Romania. So yes, it
Yes.
is quite important. We, AUR party, are the most important supporter of maintaining NATO and maintaining the strategic partnership with US. I'm also vice president of the European party called ECR, European Conservatives and Reformists, which is the most pro transatlantic party. We are in favor in keeping the good, the special relations between EU and US. Now there are the globalists and the Soros network who are trying to prevent Europe taking the turn and that was taken in the States, and they are trying to stop what has become the mega movement from the MAGA movement of President Trump to make Europe great again, the mega movement we are trying to implement in all 27 countries of the European Union. So we have repeated elections, presidential elections in Romania in May, and we are supposed to have free election and to return back to democracy in the same time as the Polish elections. The month of May will be very, very important for the patriotic forces, for the sovereignist forces here. But hopefully we will remain free and we will not be in jail until now, because they are simply creating fake evidences against Călin Georgescu and against us as the main opposition party.
This is what people need to understand. And for folks, we have a couple of minutes left, George. Why was it that the Georgescu won the first round of the presidential election? Why was this overturned by the Supreme Court?
It wasn't actually the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court is made up of judges. We have some sort of constitutional court here in Romania, formed out of politicians, members named by the former president, who we managed to sack last week. He resigned. So they are basically politicians who decided without any evidence, without any shred of proof, that the elections will be annulled, because the normal result and what we were expecting was that Călin Georgescu would have won fair and square the second round of elections against a globalist candidate. So they didn't like the result, so they annulled the elections. Fair enough, no? It's crazy. We wouldn't have considered this idea, but they are desperate and they are clinging onto power.
People have to understand, Romania is working on the current largest NATO base, all of NATO in Romania. This is a key member of the NATO alliance. That's why there's so much focus on Romania as a country. George is there with us. He's been so grateful and gracious with his time here. George, you're back live. You made it into the studio. Tell us, why are they doing this? Why is the government cracking down on populist nationalist parties and candidates in Romania?
I think we are a polygon test for them. I think if Romania fails, then they will win over Poland, and they will win all other elections in Europe, and they will try to make an enemy out of the European Union, enemy of the Trump administration, and an enemy of the United States. The globalists have their last reduced, their last powers are in Europe, so they are clinging to power. Uh, so they won't let the Romanian people vote and express democratically their will. This is why we are fighting. This is why we are trying to put pressure on the government. We have on Friday a non-confidence motion, a motion of censure of the socialist prime minister, who is a corrupt, greedy politician, like many Democrats in the states. So we are fighting, but we cannot fight alone. We need international support. We will have Saturday a big rally, a big demonstration march involving about 1 million Romanians. Will march for democracy, and we will have support from other European countries. Like I told you, we support the special relations with the United States and with the Trump administration. We are also a Trumpist party, so they are trying to block us, and we really need your help in order to restore constitutional order and democracy in our country.
George, what can Americans do to help? Is getting the word out on social media, contacting senators, contacting Secretary of State Marco Rubio, ways that we can help. What else? What can we do?
Yes, spread the word. Also, Elon Musk is retweeting about our situation. We really appreciated the speech J.D. Vance had in Munich and repeated in CPEC about the situation with the annulled elections in Romania. Spread the word out. I'm posting updates on my X account. I'm actually the most popular politician in Romania on TikTok and Facebook. X is not that spread, but on X I'm posting materials in English language, so you can inform yourself about the coup d'etat that is ongoing here.
Well, George,
and,
I want to say thank you so much. Please go follow George Simion. Thank you as well, always to just being so welcoming to myself and to Tanya Tay when we've come to Bucharest, and of course, we will have to come back. George Simion there giving us the breaking news on this globalist color revolution that's breaking out in Romania.